Disclaimer: everything you're about to hear is based on rumors, speculation, and fan theories. Nothing is confirmed, but it's all coming from what fans are piecing together, and it's getting seriously intense. Okay, so let's be real. Something is seriously off with Justin Bieber right now, and Hailey Bieber's silence. It just made everything feel 10 times louder. Fans have been digging, guessing, and freaking out as the puzzle pieces keep falling into place. And the picture they're painting? It's dark. From cryptic Instagram rants to emotional breakdowns, it's like Justin's life is unraveling in real time. And now, whispers are turning into full-blown rumors that Hailey might be planning a conservatorship. Yes, like that kind of conservatorship. Think Britney. Think Wendy. And suddenly, this doesn't feel like your typical celebrity drama anymore. Is this a cry for help, or the beginning of a total breakdown? Whether it's real or just fan-fueled theories, the internet is spiraling right along with Justin, and it's time we unpack every messy, confusing, and heartbreaking piece of it. Let's get into it. Hailey Bieber has finally revealed where she stands when it comes to Justin Bieber's recent emotional spirals. And wow, everyone knew he was struggling, but no one expected things to get this dark. This is beyond heartbreaking. So, let's get into it. Justin's been having a tough time for months now, and things have seriously gone downhill. It started with public meltdowns, then came those random paparazzi shots, but lately, his Instagram has become a mystery in itself. Strange posts, emotional rants, and even some aimed directly at Hailey. But here's what most people didn't see coming. It's gotten way darker. Out of nowhere, headlines started popping up everywhere saying Hailey Bieber is allegedly planning to put Justin under a conservatorship. That's how far it's gone. She's reportedly had to step in like a full-on parent. Before we even unpack what that means for Justin, let's talk about that word, conservatorship. It brings up painful memories of Britney Spears and now Wendy Williams. These situations rarely end well. In fact, they're usually full of control, exploitation, and trauma. Imagine someone deciding how you spend your own money, even telling you when you can buy coffee. That's why this story is freaking people out. Is Justin really at that point? Multiple outlets have reported that Justin is spiraling. And we've all seen the signs: emotional breakdowns, unstable posts, public appearances where he seems totally out of it, and long periods of isolation. Fans are starting to ask the hard question: why does he always seem so sad? Now, things have taken a serious turn. Legal experts are stepping in, saying if this continues, Hailey, or even Justin's mom, could legally gain control of his life. That would cover his finances, health decisions, and even custody of their child. That's huge. To understand how intense this is, you've got to remember, California made conservatorship nearly impossible to get after the #FreeBritney movement. For a judge to sign off, they'd have to believe beyond any doubt that Justin can't take care of himself. Experts are saying he's dangerously close to that line. Hailey would also have to prove Justin is a threat to her and their baby, and that he can't make safe, rational choices on his own. Let's be honest, it's terrifying. And fans are completely torn. On one hand, Justin clearly seems like he's in a dark place. But on the other hand, many people believe this isn't courtroom level. They say he just needs real help, strong support, and professional therapy. So now the big question is Hailey still willing to give that support? To be fair, she has tried. She stood by him through some seriously rough seasons, while taking hit after hit from the public. Every time Justin spirals or acts out, Hailey seems to take the blame. Every time. Just look at what happened recently when Justin looked totally out of it during SCA's show. He couldn't even lift his head. And instead of being concerned for him, people jumped on Hailey, saying, why is she just standing there? Like, what was she supposed to do? Rush on stage and carry him off? For years, she's been trying to bring back the old Justin, the stadium-filling superstar who loved his music. But the truth is, Hailey never signed up to be his emotional caretaker, therapist, and mother all at once. She's been carrying the weight alone, and when their baby came, things got even heavier. Suddenly, she needed Justin to step up. If you think back, you'll realize that Justin's most unhinged outbursts started after the baby arrived. Insiders have even whispered that Hailey hit her breaking point. We don't know everything happening behind the scenes, but one thing is crystal clear. Whatever Hailey decides to do next could either help Justin finally heal or break him completely. But now, here's where things get even wilder. Some recent articles are literally laying out the exact legal steps Hailey would need to take to gain full control over Justin's life. That's not just speculation anymore. It's starting to feel real. And anyone who knows Hollywood knows how this kind of thing always begins. One minute it's rumors. The next, someone's being tracked and monitored around the clock. Think about it. Have you noticed how often Justin gets caught on camera lately? And it's always during his lowest moments. That's no accident. That's a pattern. Could someone be leaking his location? This is exactly what happened to Britney. Paparazzi caught her at every vulnerable moment until the world agreed she was unfit to handle her life. Fans are right to be worried. It feels like a setup. There's no way paparazzi just happen to find him at his worst every single time. Someone could absolutely be tipping them off. People have started saying someone from Justin's own team might be feeding the media, and honestly, it's not far-fetched. The more unstable he looks in public, the easier it becomes to convince a judge that his rights should be taken away. Let's be clear, none of this excuses bad behavior, drug use, or anything else. Justin absolutely needs to be held accountable. But Hailey shouldn't be the one carrying that burden for him. But if we're being totally honest, it's really starting to feel like some people around Justin want him to hit rock bottom. And before anyone says that's far-fetched, don't forget Lou Taylor, the same Lou who played a major role in Britney Spears' conservatorship that lasted over a decade. And here's where it gets even messier. Remember when those rumors exploded that Justin had fired most of his longtime team, and then brought in Lou Taylor as his business manager? Yes, that Lou. Let that sink in for a second. Everyone was immediately alarmed, and rightfully so. Thankfully, the two no longer work together, but still, who knows what kind of influence she had in that short time, or what kind of information she walked away with. That partnership happened right around the same time Justin was said to be on the verge of bankruptcy. Let's not forget, he sold his entire music catalog for a jaw-dropping $200 million. Just the fact that he was ever tied to Lou should have sent red flags flying for everyone. From the outside, Justin looks like he's in serious emotional pain, but he's not beyond saving. A conservatorship would be an extreme move, especially because it would hand over full control to the very people who may have helped push him to this point. And yet, we can't completely rule it out. Don't forget, Britney wasn't helpless when her own conservatorship was forced on her. She was still touring, still performing across the globe, and yet she wasn't allowed to walk into a store and buy popcorn. Her entire life was run like a business deal. How does that even make sense? And it gets worse. Justin's been surrounded by enablers, people who only tell him what he wants to hear, not what he needs to hear. So, it's really no shock that he started losing his grip. But the scariest part? No one around him seems to be stepping in to help him face what's really going on. Let's be clear, this isn't just about Hailey. This is about a global star who might be drowning, without even realizing it. And as for Hailey, you can definitely see that she's still trying, but at the same time, it's obvious she's overwhelmed. Has she ever truly had the chance to enjoy her marriage? She thought she was marrying a pop icon, but instead, she has spent most of her time parenting a grown man while raising their baby. On top of that, she's running a beauty empire and trying to build a future of her own. At some point, she must have stopped and asked herself, how did I end up taking care of two babies? One in diapers and one in crisis. And if you thought the conservatorship drama was all they were dealing with, think again. There's growing speculation that Hailey has been seriously thinking about walking away from the marriage. And when she reportedly sold Rhode for $1 billion, the rumors kicked into overdrive. Even Hailey's own fans have started encouraging her to leave. They say she doesn't need Justin anymore, and that he's the one draining her energy and peace. And based on how things have looked lately, she just might do it. The situation is messy, and now it's feeling downright alarming. As many people have already noticed, Justin and Hailey have been quietly throwing shade back and forth on social media. Justin keeps posting cryptic messages that sound like he's questioning Hailey's loyalty. And in response, Hailey's been just as subtle, dropping posts that suggest she's the one who might need serious therapy. And we have to talk about Justin's Instagram. It's complete chaos. He's posting anything and everything. It feels impulsive, unfiltered, and honestly, painful. People are noticing, too. One person commented, "He's just like me for real. Just posts whatever he wants." Another added, "Every time I open the app, he's the first thing I see." His feed has become a confusing, emotional diary. We're talking about pictures taken in grimy bathrooms, paired with captions that scream emotional exhaustion. It doesn't even seem like he's trying to look cool or edgy anymore. It feels more like a cry for help. In one photo, he wrote, "You could point out my flaws or recognize your own, Lil B." Whoever that message was aimed at, it didn't feel like shade. It felt like pain. Real, raw, unfiltered pain. And the fact that he even chose to post a photo in a dirty, rundown setting, that's his way of saying, "I'm done pretending. I don't care anymore." Then came the post that really made people stop in their tracks. Justin shared a screenshot asking ChatGPT if ketamine can help regulate emotions. That set off alarms instantly. For anyone who doesn't know, ketamine is a tranquilizer that's sometimes used in therapy, but in LA's party circles, it's become one of the most dangerously misused drugs. It's been linked to severe mental health issues and even tragic deaths, like Matthew Perry's. So when Justin casually dropped that search, fans freaked out. It wasn't just a red flag, it was a flashing siren. But what made it even more concerning? He brought his child into the chaos. In one post, he's clearly holding the baby. Then if you swipe to the next photo, he's smoking. One concerned fan commented, "I hope that baby wasn't exposed to marijuana smoke." Another added, "Grow up, for your kid." And the very next day, he launched into a full-blown rant about loyalty, right when the internet was rallying around Hailey, telling her she deserves better now that she's got her own money and success. Justin wrote, "Telling other humans they deserve something is like raising someone else's kid. Who are you to tell someone what they should or shouldn't have? The audacity. That's not your place. God gives what we deserve." People were still trying to figure out who he was talking about when he fired off another round of emotional captions. Loyalty is a manipulative language. Loyalty is a duty. It's an obligation. That is not free will. Love is not duty. Love is a delight. Please stop using loyalty to keep people around out of your own fear. It's hurting us. Justin wasn't sugarcoating a single thing. He even went as far as to compare loyalty to the way mafia gangs trap people, saying he chooses love over loyalty forever. Fans were stunned and honestly confused. Some people even started speculating. Was Justin hinting that he wanted an open marriage? And yes, it kept spiraling. Just a few days later, Justin posted another cryptic message. "Tired of transactional relationships. If I have to do something to be loved, that's not love." At that point, the internet couldn't help but make jokes. One person said, "He probably wrote that because Hailey asked him to do the laundry." Another mocked him with his own lyrics. "Maybe you should go and love yourself." But behind the sarcasm, there was genuine concern. Another big reason fans believe he's having a manic episode is the way he keeps mixing emotional posts with random Bible verses, talking about forgiveness, freedom, pain. And while faith is supposed to bring peace, the way he's sharing it here, it's not coming off as peaceful, it's coming off as unstable. We've seen this kind of pattern before. Remember Gabby Hanna's online meltdown? This is giving the same exact energy. Same spiral, same overload. And let's not forget, Justin seems completely checked out from music. He's been posting tons of photos from the studio, but where's the music? Nothing drops. Nothing charts. It's a shadow of the old days when he dominated the industry. It's like he's physically there, but the passion is gone. And to top it all off, he's been throwing subtle shade at Hailey too. First, there was the awkward tension during the Vogue shoot. Then that chaotic moment on stage with SZA. And more recently, Justin went all in defending Sexy Red. And fans instantly asked, where was this energy when your wife was getting dragged online? Then came his Mother's Day post, and let's just say, it didn't land well. Fans called it dry, low effort, and even borderline disrespectful. He barely mentioned Hailey, and the whole thing felt so empty, like he did it just to check a box. Meanwhile, Hailey posted that she'd be in therapy all summer long, but later, she quietly deleted the therapy part. Too late. Fans had already screenshotted it. And honestly, why does she keep doing that? It only adds more mystery to an already messy situation. At this point, it's like we're watching their entire relationship fall apart, in real time, and with millions of people watching. Hailey has stayed supportive, silent, and loyal through it all. And what has she gotten back? Cold captions, emotional detachment, and a co-parent who, half the time, doesn't even seem to like her, let alone support her. Let's be real, Justin needs help. Not another campaign. Not another brand deal. Actual, meaningful help. Truth is, they both do. What they're going through isn't just relationship drama. It's deeper than that. It's pain, burnout, and emotional damage stacked on top of fame. They need healing, real human healing. Whether they stay together or not, maybe the internet needs to take a step back. Because behind the scandals, behind the headlines, this is really a conversation about mental health. So now we want to hear from you in the comments. Do you think Justin is crying out for help? And is Hailey finally done trying to fix him? Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.